I am now live. Let's go. Hey everyone, John here. Rosebud is an AI tool for game development. I reviewed this a while back, wasn't crazy about it. It has had significant updates, so let's see if it works now. I only have 15 minutes, so this will be a limited test. If I like what I see, we'll come back and do more streams. And if I don't, then we won't. So let's sign in. I'll sign in with Google. And what I'd like to do is a sort of trick-or-treat RPG. So one of the updates that has taken place is allegedly it's better with 2D now, which is really important to me because I like your old school pixel style art RPGs and stuff like that. And that was one of the kind of things it fell down on previously. It did a decent job with 3D, not very good job with 2D. And as a result, it was unable to make a bunch of the games that I want. And so I dropped out of it, but let's see if it can work now. So we'll start with, let's make a basic RPG. I want it Halloween and trick or treat themed. Let's build a starting village, and opening a door is a random trick or treat. Boom, all right. Cool, so we're able to select 2D, love that. Now previously, one of the things that I did like was that unique to the other AI tools like your Lovable, your Replit, Rosebud was able to generate assets and automatically integrate them into the game. With game development specifically, this is a big pain point for your Lovable and stuff like that. So I see the assets tab here. We'll see kind of what the quality looks like. That's gonna be interesting to find out. All right, and so on a path to a real app that I would want to use, then I would want to be able to create an authentication system and a monetization system, and then the game quality itself. With those elements, we actually have a usable tool. So here I see Supabase, so that's looking like a good something good if we can integrate it with Supabase. I have had trouble with Lovable doing that, but that would get the authentication system. And then there's this other aspect where, besides vibe coding, maybe I want to clone down the code and work on it locally. And so we also do care about the code quality. I think that's not the most important thing, but that is something we're going to keep an eye on. And that was previously a weak point for Rosebud, which was this insistent on using JavaScript over TypeScript. And when I'm writing my code, I need the types. And I'm looking at this code as it's generated. I do like that it gives you kind of that work in progress view, but it's looking untyped to me. To access code, you need to upgrade. That's fine. The pricing is reasonable. I was previously upgraded, except it didn't do the things that I wanted, so I downgraded. But yeah, if it works pretty well, I would have no qualms about upgrading again. If you're looking for Rosebud, if you search Rosebud, this comes up. This is not it. You want to scroll down, Rosebud AI right here. It says vibe coding mobile games. That's a little weird to me because I don't think that I'm building a mobile game. Whoa, this is sick. Okay, so I was expecting like a little 2D character that could walk around. Here I'm going left and right. You know what? This is not really what I was thinking of, but it kind of works. I can walk up into the sky. Dope. I guess I had kind of like a Pokemon town. You know, that 2D top-down view? Or like Dungeon, what's that old school RPG? Dungeon, bro, what are you called? Or Final Fantasy, something like that. There's another one. Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. That's what I'm thinking of. So I'm thinking of your Dragon Quest, your Final Fantasy, real old school, like this. This is kind of well, that's the battle scene. Anyway, we all bring our biases, right? So this kind of top-down view is what I kind of had in mind, like this. You see this top-down view? That's what I was thinking of. But that's not a knock against Rosebud. It's just not what I was expecting. So does this work? So let's try and knock on a door. I think I need to talk to a ghost probably, right? Click on glowing doors or to trick or treat. Use WASD to move. Okay, so I got a treat. Can I go talk to a ghost? No, they just kind of bobbing around. You don't really talk to them. I got another treat. Raghav on LinkedIn, thanks for being here. Are they all treats? There's no way. Rosebud is just trying to be nice to me by giving me treats only. Okay, let's add special Halloween power-ups that spawn randomly in the village, like magic potions. I'll say, can you make this top-down 2D like Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy? Old school RPGs. Now, this is not a hard requirement for me. This is just me exploring the tool. If it turns out that we need to work with the UI as constructed, I actually think that's really pretty solid. It wasn't what I was expecting, but it seems pretty solid. Obviously, I don't want to walk up in the sky and stuff, so we'll want to do some sort of walking boundaries. Okay, of course. I'll adjust to create the top-down perspective. Nope. Set camera. Nope. It's not working. All right, whatever. We'll do what it suggests. I have the feeling that it's like trained to do a certain kind of thing, and look, the ghost went to the background. I'm not really sure why. So, oh, nice. They're walking around. Can I fight you? Okay, we're going to do this kind of live action style. How do I fight? Okay, let's give the player a way to fight back. Cool. So I have the feeling that it's trained to do a certain... Did I already say that? A certain kind of game, and if you deviate from that game, then it's not going to work as well. That's okay. I mean, if it works, it works. It does limit the customizability, but I think that's, yeah. I want to have my cake and eat it too. I'd like to be able to construct whatever I have in mind. And they give you a real limited set of, shoot, so it's still shooting. They give you a real limited set of, and now I can't get my treats. Okay, so I think this is something that is interesting enough that I'd like to give it more time. Oh, look, I fall. Okay. So that's how it's doing. You can't walk on the sky. It draws the boundary here, but then I just vanish instead of what I'd like to do is run into a wall. Okay, so this is cool enough that I'd like to give it more time. So follow the page, subscribe, and we will do some more stuff with Rosebud. The rate limiting here is super lame. You do get free credits at what? Upgrade now or come back in 7 days. So you get credits every 7 days. I think Lovable is daily, right? But what did I get? I got like 5 or 10 prompts. So you're not going to build a game for free. I mean, what? Even a simple game, I guess it would take you a month as you wait for those things to refresh. So probably I will need to upgrade just to actually test the boundaries. So follow the page. And we'll do that. At the moment, it can do some stuff, and we just don't know sort of the limits of what it can do. I'd want scene navigation. I'd want to be able to check out other scenes. Menu system, we're going to want to see how a menu system works, and eventually authentication. And then if they're talking about mobile, then maybe we want to check how it looks on a mobile screen too. Here, let's look at that real quick. Yeah, so that's hard to see, isn't it? So we would want, and maybe I just need to prompt it more to have like a gamepad that would work on mobile, and then